Hi everyone, it's Diane Evans with stampinwithdiane.com. I'm an independent Canadian Stampin' Up demonstrator here in the interior British Columbia. So welcome to my Technique Tuesday. This is where I come live to you via YouTube or my Facebook page. Remember, if you're watching this on YouTube, to make sure that you subscribe down below here and you get notified immediately. Or if you're watching off my Facebook page, just beware that if you're looking for this again, you may have to sign in and subscribe to my YouTube channel because on Facebook, they only keep the videos for 30 days. But, you know, that's all good. Anyways, so welcome. I know I'm early, and the reason I'm early is I had an unexpected council meeting tonight that I have to go to, and it's a demonstrator council. It's nothing to do with the city or anything like that, but it's just I've committed to the council, so I need to go, and the Zoom starts at 5, and this is a coloring technique, so it may take just a tad longer than what it normally does. Maybe not. I've got a lot of the stuff already prepared to show you different stuff. But what we're doing today is coloring. We are coloring, and I'm going to show you texture. I know I have shown you certain stuff like this before, and we're going to do a little bit of it, but I want to show you another part of textured colors with our stamping blends. And hello, Lorraine. Hello, Rita. I love the fact that you're here, and like I say, I'm sorry I'm early, but I just had to come on early because of my my demonstrator council meeting at 5 o'clock. All right, so Stampin' Blends. I know Lorraine has seen some of this, maybe not all of it. I had gone live last year with my son, and we had done a few different techniques. I wish I could show you another part of a technique, but next year I know I can because of some new product that will be coming. Hello, Sharon. We are all well. I hope you're well as well. All right, so this is textured coloring technique. Let's go down to my desktop here. So this is this PDF will be on my Facebook group, and the link is down below there. You'll have to ask to join if you're not already a member of my Facebook group. But Stampin' Blends just don't have to just be done with coloring and blending. There's lots of other different techniques with it. And I like to show these over because a lot of people have missed those techniques as we go. Hello, Mary Jo and Laura. Welcome. All right, so like I say, this is episode number, excuse me, 162. And it's a textured coloring technique. And this is just when you need just a bit more texture to your colored images. And we're going to use our Stampin' Blends. I do have, oh, yeah, no, I'm okay. I picked out some different stamping blends. And I've also used these natural colors, which a lot of people are not used to having these blends. I've got 200, 300, 400 and 600, and I think there's even this 500 here. But I'm going to use some of those to color some of my stuff. Now, I've decided what I'm going to do is I am going to use this Jolly Delivery again. This is such a cute bundle. It's actually part of a suite. It has some excellent designer series paper. I don't think we're even using, oh, we might use some, I doubt it. But we're going to be coloring, we'll color the bear and we'll color this dog because I can show you some different things to do there. Hello, Pam. Lorraine, I don't think this is one that you will forget, but I will show this. This is an amazing one. This one's only at 85%, but it has these dies and this die. Now, I am actually going to do this. It's like a note card box. Or it could be not only a note card box, it could be like it could be a treat box. I think it's a little too big for, yeah, it's a little too big for Ghirardelli. I'm sure I can find some chocolates. I know when we were away, we could have done that. This is such a cute suite. Now, anybody, I know I've been saying this on my team, they're going to be getting a Super Saturday pack It's not until November. It's still in the works. I just basically started playing with it. I've got to have my samples done by the end of this month. So hopefully it's going to turn out okay. But the person I'm working with down in the States is amazing. And yeah, I'm quite excited. She's doing fancy folds. I'm doing cards with techniques. And we're doing some 3D projects. And I'm really excited about my 3D project. All right, so let's get going on this. So this is a photopolymer stamp set. So I'm going to come in and I am going to stamp the bear and the dog on there. So I'm going to come in and I'm going to use my old Memento ink. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because I put too much ink on my other one, the one that I did. I made my own. And until I get it so that it's not used, it bleeds, and I don't want it bleeding at this point. So I just have to get it where it's off. All right, so I am going to come in and we're going to stamp this bear. It's a nice big image. I really like the fact that it's such a big image, and it shows that you can do some different techniques with it when you have that big of an image. And see the images is what there is. And then I'm going to show you how to put that box together. No instructions with it. I guess that's what you rely on us for, right? And then let's go ahead and get this dog as well. A dog with a sweater. And we'll just go in here. Now, normally what I would do is I would cut these out first. And you know what? I think I should cut these out first, because when I go to color them, and if I do it and I cut it wrong, I'll be really, really upset. So they do have a die for the bear with the gifts on top, and also with the dog. So I am going to just use my little mini cut and emboss and do that. We're going to be squeaking away like crazy. Now, some people have said that they have problems cutting with their small one. I don't use number 1. I use number 3. So maybe that might help you. I'm just going to put this on here, and I think what we'll do is we will use some Post-it note tape on here. I hope I can get this close enough. Let's go put that, and I'm going to run it through twice. And that would be better. Yeah, so anyways, this is such a cute sweet tooth. So they have a really cute cat that's like a cat reindeer on here. And they have this little baby bear. I should have used that too on this one. That one might have even been better, but I want to show you something with this dog that's on there. So we're just going to put that through this side as well. Just do it there so you can see it. I like these whimsical type things. I think even adults like this type of a thing at Christmas time. Okay, just like that. And we'll just put that through, and then we can color. All right. Let me just put that out of the way. So, all right, there's our dog. All right. So then, what you want to do, and I'm going to actually keep this right here, what you want to do when you're playing with different colors that you really, really haven't worked with, is you want to go and you want to find out what the colors look like. So this is number 500. And there's a 600 here. And there's a 600. And I really think those two colors do go well together. And also, if I don't remember what I'm doing, remember we have this pen here. It's a 500 and a 600. So I always mark down which ones those are. And I'm probably going to do the dog. And I could have done this in a darker, but you will not see the color that I do if I do it that way. And I think what I'm going to do is I think I'll probably do this dog in, this is a 200, so then I can just get rid of these other ones so I don't get mixed up on it. My memory is so short, I don't remember which ones they are. So try to mark that down like that. All right, so we are just going to come in with this bear, and I'm going to show you how we do texturing. Now, what I want to do, 200 is the dog. So I am going to come in, now the 500 and the 600. The 600 is darker. Let me just double check that, see if that's the color I want. Or do I want this color? Let me see. Maybe the 500. No, we're going to do the 600 for the body. So to go in, we can go and we can just color this part with the brush end. Now is that going to be, I think probably I should have used the 500. No, we'll be okay. So I'm just going to color this part here. These are really nice and fresh. There's lots of color to them, which I really am enjoying. Now these are, like I say, the neutrals, so I think this is the medium neutral ones. So we're just gonna get this colored. And we know that we want to get certain shading and everything else. So instead of doing it the way that I normally have done it, where I come in with a darker color and do that, this is going to be, mine arrived yesterday and I haven't had time to play. Maybe tonight, yeah. Oh, good. I'm glad you figured out. Hello, Dolores. Okay. Now, this is where this bullet end is going to be your friend. So what you want to do is you just come down and you just do dots on here. And what that's going to do is that's going to give us some extra coloring. And it's going to give us a little bit different coloring than, say, if we went and just blended it, because we're not going to blend this part. We're actually going to let it. So I'm just dotting it. So see how when it starts to blend, I'll just bring this up in just a bit here. See how this works? It starts looking more like it's natural shading on here. And that's just by dabbing. Just going to get the hind end a little bit here. And I know you don't want them far apart. You want them sort of blending together. So let me show you how that's starting to look. You see how that's starting to just, it just sort of blends into itself. But you don't really see these dots. Okay. So then we just want to get a bit more and darker snout. Now, like I say, I think this bear would be better if it was a darker color. However, this image and how I do this texturing would not show up as well. But see how that's starting to come together, where it's looking like it's blended in, but it's it's just a matter of dots, and it's giving you that illusion of shading on there. Okay, so then you have that just like that. So that's just by adding texture to it. What we want to do is, I think we're going to do darker nose. I think the bear would have been better this color, but like I say, you wouldn't see too much with this. Now what we want to do is I want to go in and I want to color some of these parcels. So I'm going to take the light Poppy Parade and we'll do the big one. And I'm going to show you other things that you can do with this. Okay, let's just come in and do the bow. Like so. Yeah, the bear and the dog are probably my favorite here. Okay. So we're just going to go in and color this. You notice I've used the bullet end on here just because it's a smaller area and I don't want to go outside the lines. And red is one of those colors that will bleed very, very easily. So I'm going to come in with my dark Poppy Parade, just like this. And then what we want to do is we now want to go and we want to, your color lifter is now going to be a friend of yours. So what you're going to do is we're going to do this in stripes. So I'm just coming down and doing stripes. Actually, I think I might do a plaid. And you'll see how this is starting to work. So you see how that's now starting to look like a plaid on that Poppy Parade. So that's fun, right? Very subtle, but it works quite well. And then let's go in and then let's use the light shaded spruce. I'll show you another thing that we can do. I'm using the bullet end on this again because it's so small. And then we'll use the dark shaded spruce. Yeah, the color lifter. Now, remember, if you don't, your color lifter is getting a little dry, you can turn around and use a light color like Petal Pink and do that as well. All right, so I think what I'll do now is come in with the Petal Pink and let's just do this. Just gonna do that color. Now, what we can do now, again, is we can turn around and use the dark shaded spruce, the bullet end, and now what we want, we have plaid there. So let's just go and do polka dots on this paper. So see how you can just change the whole look. Now the lifter is really kind of cool how that works with that. So let's work on the dog, and I'm going to show you something with that. Now remember I showed you this marker. It's a 0.4 marker. It's like for journaling, that sort of stuff. So what we're going to do is I am going to come in here and I'm just going to, we're going to stripe that. So see how I just came in and just put some stripes on there. And then I think I'll use the 200 on the dog here. And I'm using the bullet end because it's quite a small end. Oh, this is quite dark. Well, we'll use this one and we'll do another technique with this instead. This is pretty dark. We could have gone ahead and we could have done our dotting like we did on the bear. It really looks great on here. I guess I could have put a little bit more over on the back end here too. All right, so I'm just coming in, just gonna get his paws and his face. Now we're gonna just leave that thing there for the time being, and I'm gonna come in with the S900. It's quite a light color, and I'm gonna do his nose. And I know dogs don't usually have a blonde or a whited off nose, but they actually do if they drink from or they eat from plastic bowls, I think is what it is. All right, this is the magic. I could have done it with the bear, but I want to show you, I think you'll see it more with this. This is called the dirty cloth technique. So you want to have the rubbing alcohol, but you want as high as you can get. Do not go down to the 70. The 70 will not work very well. And then what you want is a cloth that's got quite a bit of texture to it. And we're just going to take some rubbing alcohol on there. And we are going to take this and we are going to just dot that onto the dog. And this is going to give it fur. See how we've done that? And now we have fur on the dog. Now you notice I did that before I colored his sweater. And the reason being for that is because I don't want the sweater to look furry. I guess it could, but I wanted it to be more of it to be left that way. Now I'm going to come in and I'm going to color that with light Poppy Parade, and I think I'll use the light because I'm using these colors together. So I'm going to come in and let's do our Poppy Parade, and let's and yeah, you want this part to be dried before we did that other part, but that's giving texture. See, like I say, the texture to the dog. Now I could leave him where he doesn't have the green on there, but I think I'll use the green. And let's just come in. It's very Christmassy, this dog sweater. There we go. And again, we could go ahead and we could dot it up. So I'm going to come in with the dark. No, let's come in with the lifter again. And let's just do dots on the red. And I think we can just leave the green so you'll see what that looks like. So see how that lifter has now made that look like polka dots on his thing there. All right, so there we have that. Let me see. No, we'll be okay with this. So that is giving you the textured coloring. This is done with the little dots, so they're just done with it, just dot it like this to give you that texture. I think what we'll do is we'll just go over here just a little bit down here as well. There we go. All right. So I hope you enjoyed that way of doing that. Now what I want to do is I want to show you how this die here is put together. Now you notice that they have on this die, and what you want to do is, this is really important that you understand this part of this. So I'm going to do it like a heart. Now, this requires a half a sheet of paper, and it won't fit like that. You're going to have to get it so it fits, goes on an angle like that to give you your 5.5. That's a half a sheet of cardstock. So that's what you want to do. Then these pieces here, and I'll show you what it does. So it's a piece, this is just a straight one that it comes through like this, and this kind of seals, this seals your box together. So it's just like that. So you can kind of understand how that goes, but I'm going to show you how that gets done. So you have these, there's one that's a heart shape, you have one that's a half circles, and then you have one that's a star. Okay, so these have little notches in them. So what you want to do is, before you cut this, is you're going to go in and put that right into there, and you want it lying flat. This was by trial and error today. And then I just used a piece of Post-it note tape and put that on there, and then ran it through the cut and emboss machine. And then it came out like this, but I used the hearts this time, and I used the petal. But see how that now is like a heart. So I'm going to show you how that gets put together now too. All right, very important that you go and you really score this. And originally when I looked at this, I thought, oh, you know what, you could leave it that you don't do any gluing, but I decided that on this one I am actually going to glue. And the reason I am is because I'm just going to slip in what I have, and you'll understand. Like I say, when I did it, I didn't like how it closed. It's okay, I guess, if you've got something that's really fits tight in there. So then this comes like this as well. And like this. So now this comes in. It's going to come like this. So what I'm going to do, and you notice how that's mitered, I am going to go and I am actually going to glue that down on that particular part. And I think on the top that this part should be cut off. So let's just see how this works. I knew this one was going to be a longer one. So that's just going to be like that. Just going to put that on there like there. And I probably will show this again on my virtual launch, how this goes together. So let's just hold that. I'm just going to burnish that down. You want that to be good and right to the end. So this is going to come in. Whoops. This part is going to come into the inside. And then this part goes down here. Now, I don't think you should glue this onto there, because that's going to limit your ability to close it. And I really think that this part should be taken off. So I am going to take it off. And I'm just going to cut this top part off as well. Now that's only the top. And how you can tell it's the top is that this is going to go like that. And then this, you just squeeze up and it goes through like that. And there you go. So there's your closing for your box. Any questions? Okay, so now we have this. And what we want to do is maybe get some different things on there. So if I want to bring in the colors of this dog and this bear, I could do that. I think maybe I want to put it onto something lighter. And you know what? I may not even put the dog on this particular one. We could do the dog on the back, but I think I'll just leave the dog off. I wanted to show you how that worked. So let me go ahead and put this on. It is a cute box. Now, like I say, I'm trying to think what kind of candy would go in there. Post-it notes won't go in there because they're not the right size. So maybe if you can give me some ideas of different things that could go in there, that would be really kind of neat. I think little note cards or place cards would be good in there. Like I say, I don't know. I'm sure you guys have some great ideas. So I'm just going to come in here. Just put this guy right here. Now, if we wanted to, I could have cut out these parcels and made them more 3D, but I think this will be okay here. Now, to me, that looks too squarish, so I'm actually going to, and then I know this is retired. Oh, no, not that one. It's not even Stampin' Up, I don't think, because we don't have them anymore. I'm going to just sort of get this so it's, I thought of a Ghirardelli, but they're kind of, I do have some, so let me show you. I'm just using a corner rounder there. Just makes it so that it kind of corresponds with that circle. Let me bring in the Ghirardelli, or Ghirardelli. You know, it might be okay. Yeah, it would be okay. It's not going to crush anything. So let me show you that. So I'm not even closing that part. Yeah, it just gives you just one. I like two. Yeah, you know what? Like it was a bit, I tried doing this circle afterwards and then I noticed the notches and it really, I went, oh, wow, that just makes total sense, right? All right, so let's do this. Put this on. Now, I've got this to go on there, and I think I'm even going to pop that up because it doesn't matter, right? Because Post-it notes don't fit. This is not even. This is 2 7/8, this green piece, by 2 3/8. Unless you had those really small ones, but maybe 2 of those could fit in. Oh, I know what might be able to fit in there. I'm going to have to check it out. I'll check it out. All right, so there we have that. Now, if you wanted to, we could have gone ahead, and here's another one that's been done. I could have also, after all that dotting, I could also use that dirty towel technique on this one as well. So we've got that. Now we need to, let's go special delivery. Let's go in there. Get that one. I know this one's retired too, but you know, I absolutely love this size block for these little sentiments. There we go. And we're going to do it with white embossing powder. Of course we are. So just come here. I'm going to cut this to a 1/2 inch. And now it does have, no, this one doesn't have any of those dies. All right, so we have our Versamark. Jewelry would fit. Yes, you're right on. Little gifts, perfect. I'm actually gonna put this over this way. You're right. Pandora would fit perfectly. reminds me. Okay, so we're just going to use this. There. Now this is Poppy Parade that I use, not Real Red. Great idea, Lorraine, yes. Okay. And we also have these gems that go along with this particular one. So we're going to definitely use that. So let's cut this. You know what? I think I might even do it a little bit of a now that could attach there, but I think we'll just sort of stick it in here. I didn't leave enough stuff on there. There we go. And then I have to decide what colors. Oh, this was garden green. I should have used garden green on there. Let's use the Poppy Parade ones. Oh, that Poppy Parade looks really, really nice on that. There we go. There. Yeah, so we have a Ghirardelli in there. I like that back part. I decided, like I say, to do a heart. So, oh, well, number 5th Avenue, Lorraine had Pandora. Oh, the Pandora that my granddaughter got in Greece and in Turkey were amazing. Yeah. It would fit one of those bracelets too, right? Kira's 13 next year, so she gets her Pandora bracelet next year. So there we go. There's that. With this opening here, we did put we could put a Ghirardelli in there and a charm. That just closes up like that. And there we go. What do you think? So there's our coloring for our, we could have also had our dog going on there as well. All right, so this will be showing up tomorrow on, like I say, my on my Facebook group, and the link is down below. And then also this is actually going to show next Monday on my blog, or next Tuesday, and it's coloring techniques. But this will show, I'll have all the new stuff, all the ordering numbers and everything else. Oh, thanks, Leona. Thanks. Yeah, I don't know if I want this guy on there or not. I could have him on the back, like I say. Could have him go like that. I don't know. We'll have to think on that one. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed that. So, and see, I knew this was going to be longer. I'm going to make my Zoom thing. Thanks, you guys. So if you like that, give me the thumbs up. Share my video. I really do appreciate it when you do share it. Remember that, okay, tomorrow I will not be going live with my mystery challenge. And the reason being for that is I have my in-person classes tomorrow. So, you know, one of the last Wednesdays or the first Wednesday, depending on what I have going on at the end of the month, I don't do my mystery challenges, and that's just because of the people being in person. If I did try to do it, a lot of times it goes later, and we do have lots of coloring to do tomorrow in our class. So anyways, so I will be back on Thursday at 4:15 with my Now What series, and then we'll go from there. Sorry, I just could take off my my alarm. That was to tell me to go onto a Zoom. Thanks, Pam. Yeah, if you get this set, you need to know how to put that box together, and that just makes it so much easier, is just to put it, line it up there, and it just fits right in. So you got the thing of doing a circle with it. You can do hearts with it or a star with it for your closure on the back there. All right, you guys, remember to create, because it's great for the soul, and we'll see you Thursday at 4:15 Pacific time. Bye for now.